So we're in the middle of the sugya where Rav Papa number 1 said that a shoyel cannot say Harini Mishalim. In other words, he can say it, but he's not going to get the rights to the kefel. But version number 2, Rav Papa says he can. So now we have to analyze which one is correct. End of line 35 on Daf Lamed Daled Amud Aleph. Malay Rav Zvid. Rav Zvid said to Rav Papa, or about Rav Papa anyway. Hachiyam Abaye. This is what Abaye said. Line 36. Shoyel, a shoyel, ad sheyishalem. Doesn't get kefil until he actually pays. Why? My timer. Beginning of line 37. My timer. What's the reason? Why does a shoyel have to pay? So now we're going to give a reason. Since all the benefit he gets is based on talk. There's this phrase that talk is cheap. He says, yes, I'm going to borrow it. And the owner gets nothing out of this. All he gets is risk. Nothing else. Since the shoyel gets all the benefit in this deal, the borrower gets all the benefit, he gets to use the item and doesn't have to pay. That's why he does not get the rights to kefil just by saying, I will pay. Okay? We need, show me the money. Now, that is what Rav Zvid said. And Tanya Kavah said to Rav Zvid, and guess what? We have a brisa that agrees with what Rav Zvid says. What does the brisa say? If someone borrows a cow from his friend and it gets stolen, line 40, and then the shoyel went ahead, the kidem, he went ahead and paid. Then the ganef is found. The kefel will go to the shoyel. So this brisa seems to say he paid and he has to pay and he gets the kefel, and that's a shoyel. This agrees with what Rav Zvid said, and Rav Zvid is the one who agreed with Rav Papa version number 1, who says you have to pay. Okay, so that's what the Gemara says on line 40. Line 41. Lelish nakama de Rav Papa. According to the first version of Rav Papa, vaday lo havya tiyuvta. It certainly doesn't disagree. In fact, it agrees. It's fantastic. It's a support for the first version of Rav Papa. Lelish na basra, but the last version, the second version of Rav Papa, lema teve tiyuvte. Let's say that this is going to prove him wrong, because it proves him. It says obviously it says that the shoyel has to pay. Whereas version number 2 of Papa says he doesn't have to pay. Line 43. Malach Rav Papa. So this is how Rav Papa would answer this question. No, this doesn't prove me wrong. Why? Mi alima masnisin de katani shile v'ukimna ba'ama. Didn't we say in our Mishnah? If you look back in the Mishnah, it says shilem. It says shilem. And Rabbi Yochanan said it doesn't mean actually shilem, that he actually paid. Rabbi Yochanan said it means he said he's going to pay. Hachanami, also here, ba'ama. It's also saying the same thing. It's saying one thing, but it means another thing. It says he paid, but it means he said he's going to pay. So there's no problem. It can still work out. The Gemara comes back and says, Line 45. Mi dami, are they really comparable? This brisa and our Mishnah, are you comparing them? They're not comparable. Why? Hasam over there in our Mishnah, like Katani Kidem. It doesn't say the word Kidem. He went ahead and paid. Why does it say over here Kidem? Katani Kidem. Over here it says he went ahead and paid, which means, seriously guys, he went ahead and paid. So that means that extra word in this brisa implies that the shoyel has to actually pay. So it comes along and Rav Papa would answer that. No, what are you talking about? Line 46. My kidem. You know what it means when it says kidem? Kidem v'ama. He went ahead and said he's going to pay. In other words, it's not significant enough to say that he doesn't have to pay, that he has to pay. Sorry. So now, come with another challenge. Line 47 against Rav Papa number 2. If you look back up at line number 23. What does it say? With the Soich it says, Ve'amar. It specifies he said. But when it comes to Shoel and Alpri in this brisa, Kidem says he went ahead and paid. So the brisa earlier says that the Soich said he's going to pay. But over here by the Shoel it says, Shilem. Kidem v'Shilem. He went ahead and paid. Shema Minah, beginning of line number 48. Shema Minah, we learn from here, Dafka Katani. It specifically says the word Kidem to show that he has to, Taka actually have to pay in order to get the kefir. So now the Gemara explains something or analyzes it from another state. Now when they would talk about brises, they would have a big meeting in the Amoraim, the Tanoim, and they would quote the brises. And if you have two brises that were taught in the same session, then you can say that a difference in wording has a big significant difference. But if they were taught in separate sessions, then all right, okay, this one last week he said that, last week he said that. So if they were taught at the same session, then the changing in wording is significant and does change the meaning of the case. So the Gemara asks, line number 48, Midi Gabe Adodi Tanya. So were these two prices taught in the same session? So they asked the Tanoim who were left over from the schools of Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Ushia, who were there at those sessions. The Omri, and they said, yes, Taka Gabe Adadi Tinyan, they were Taka taught in the same session, and therefore the fact that there's different wording means it's specific, and on purpose there's different wording, and the different wording teaches us that the word Kidem implies that the Shoel has to actually pay, and that says bye-bye to Rav Papa number 2, who says that the Shoel doesn't have to pay, and we're left with Rav Papa number 1, who says that the Shoel has to pay in order to get the kefel, but any other shomer is able to say, I'm going to pay, or anything like that, if he could have made himself potter otherwise.